G'day and welcome back to Disc Golf Down Under. It's Matt here, and this week we're doing a disc review. So what are we looking at? Well, earlier this year in April, Gatekeeper Media did a social media competition where they surveyed the public looking at the top 16 rated selling putters. And we're going to look at the winner of that competition. So the question is if I have this disc, will my card mates be green with envy?
Oh, Dad, just get on with it.
Okay, so, well, let's get on with it and let's check out the Axiom Envy. So as always on my channel, this is an honest review of the product and I'm not being compensated in any way. And as a reminder, our giveaway continues to run through to the end of August. So make sure you watch the end of the video to see how to enter. So as I mentioned at the start, the Axiom Envy is one of the top 5 rated selling putters on Infinite Discs. And it won the Gatekeeper Media competition up against the likes of the Luna, the P2, the AVR, the Wizard, the Judge, the Warden, and a lot of other top selling and highly rated putters. So it made it through the competition, knocking out the West Side Maiden in round 1, the Discmania P2 in round 2, the Dynamic Discs Judge in round 3, and it came up against the Gateway Wizard in the final round, and it beat the Wizard by 1,266 votes to 715 votes. So was it a fluke? On Infinite Discs, the Envy scores an average review score of 4.79 out of 5, which is the highest review for a putter on Infinite Discs. The next rated disc is the Gateway Wizard, which it came up against in the Gatekeeper Media final with 4.75 average review. Then there's the Dynamic Discs Warden at 4.74, the Discmania P2 at 4.73, the Dynamic Discs Judge at 4.64, the Discraft Luna at 4.61, and the Innova AVR, which is way down at a lowly 4.38. So before we jump in any further, a bit about the Envy. The Envy was launched in 2014. It belongs to the Axiom brand, which is owned by MVP, which is Maple Valley Plastics in Marlette in Michigan, USA. And the Envy is consistently in the top 5 putter sales. And it is MVP's biggest selling disc by a big margin, by a factor of 2. So MVP, for those that don't know much about the company, it is well known for its overmold technology. So they have a flight plate in the middle with one plastic, and then they mold a second plastic around the rim. So they can use different types of plastics, different densities. So the science behind it is that you can use a lighter material on the core of the discs, and then you can use a more denser material on the outer rim. And what this does is it moves the moment of inertia of the disc outwards so that it has more gyroscopic stability. So sounds great in theory. Does it actually work? Well, I think there might be a little bit to it, but the effect is probably not huge. And even if the science is not there, they do look pretty cool with the different colors. They are starting to get copied now by the big boys. You've probably seen Halo Destroyers and other similar discs where you can have the different colors. But they do look good, and Axiom has the wide range of colors for both the core and the rim. Whereas you'll see on MVP, they just go with the black rim. So that's the difference between Axiom and MVP. So moving on to some specs about the disc now. The Envy is a beadless putter, which means that it has a nice smooth base. Up to personal preference, some people like beaded putters, some people like beadless. I've played with both over the years and I've moved towards the beadless putter. I feel that they release better off the fingers. As for other specifications, the disc is 211 millimeters in diameter across, and the rim is 10 millimeters wide as well. And that is pretty much the same as every other putter out there on the market. So the Luna, the AVR, the P2, etc. They all have that same 210 thereabouts millimeters diameter and 10 millimeter rim width. So this is a very flat putter. So you can see that the top there, it is extremely flat. It's 18 millimeters high at the center and 14 millimeters out at the rim. And that is a lot flatter than a lot of other putters. So you'll look at things like the AVR, the P2, etc. They're around 21 millimeters. So it's a very, very flat disc. So MVP uses their parts of their discs in other discs. So this core of the Envy is also used in the Proxy, which is another great putter by Axiom. We might review that in a future video as well. But it does share the same core. You can buy this disc in weights from 165 up to about 175, 176 grams. And Axiom has it available in just about every possible plastic that they sell. So they have the Electron range, which is their starter plastic, similar to DX in Innova. And it also comes in different hardness as well. So it comes in the soft, the medium, and the firm. So this is a medium disc, and you can see it's like a standard DX plastic. You can also get it in neutron, proton, and plasma, as well as Eclipse plastics. So again, the full range. And this is a soft neutron, which I like for as a driving putter. And you can see it's a little bit softer and a little bit more flexible. And for those interested in the firm, this is the Envy firm electron putter, and you can see it is quite a stiff putter. And I like to use this as a putting putter. So on the flight ratings, it comes in a 3302. And that is in most of the premium plastics. So things like the soft neutron, the neutron, etc. It is a 3302, so very good high speed stability and a little bit of low speed stability, which we'll see in the reviews. And the Electron plastics, they come as a flight rating of 33-12. So they do have a little bit less high speed stability, and you'll see that in the videos where we take it out for a throw. The Electron plastic beats in really well and very quickly to give you, loses that high speed stability very quickly and gives you a bit of a flippy disc. So you can throw it, flips over a little bit when you really give it a good throw, and it will then ride back, and it's a good straight thrower. The disc itself feels really great in the hand, very comfortable. It's got not too sharp a corner, but you can hold on it, you can give it a good power grip throw, or you can give it a nice fan grip throw. And I like the fact that it doesn't have the bead, comes off, releases off the hand very cleanly. Once the disc beats in, they have a little bit of fade at the end, so you can give it a good throw, it'll track pretty straight, and then it fades a little bit at the end and just settles down nicely onto the ground. I'm a 95% backhand thrower. I don't throw the forehand very often, so I love this as a backhand disc, but I've also heard from others that it is a very good forehand disc, very torque resistant, so you can give it a good throw and it won't flip over. So good for those upshots. So the Envy is a putter, and I guess I like it. I first got my soft neutron Envy and got it as a driving putter, and I really like the neutron plastic for that. You can also get the proton and the plasma as well, but I've found that the soft neutron is really good. In the wooded sections, it hits a tree, just settles straight to the ground, doesn't go flying off at a million miles an hour. It is also great as a putter. I've started using the Envy as a putter in the last few months, and the new Envies have a fair bit of stability, which you have to beat out of them. But after a while of hitting chains, the plastic beats out, and it becomes a nice straight putter that you can use around the green. The soft Electron is something you have to be careful with. I don't have a soft Envy in the Electron plastic, but I have had other MVP and Axiom discs in soft Electron. And after a while, especially if you throw them in the woods, they do get a bit beat up and misshapen. So I would recommend not throwing the soft Electron in the wooded areas. So that's enough chatter for now. Let's go outside and throw the Envy and see how it performs. So today I'm going to be throwing 4 Envies. I've got 2 brand new Electron Envies, one 172 gram and another one 175 gram. These just arrived from Marshall Street Disc Golf. And I also have a seasoned 172 gram Electron Firm Envy, which I've been using for about 3 months as a putter. It's a little bit beaten in. And finally, I have a seasoned 174 gram soft Neutron Envy, which I use mainly for driving and upshots. Starting at 60 meters from the basket and on a flat release, you can see the newer Envies keep that nice straight line with a little bit of fade at the end. Got a slight headwind here. Again, that one's just a little bit of fade on the end of its flight. The seasoned firm disc has a little bit less stability. You can see it flips over a little bit and then rides in towards the target. No fade at the end. Whereas the soft Neutron retains its stability. You can see has a nice straight line and then finishes to the left. Moving out to 80 meters now. Really giving these a good pull, and that one keeps its line, one of the newer ones. The season one, you can see it flips over a little bit, goes to the right, and basically follows a nice straight line. Whereas the soft Neutron goes a straight line and then a little fade at the end. You can see as they drop onto the ground, they settle nicely. Hyzer angle now back at 60 meters. You can see it holds that hyzer angle nicely. Very reliable. Slight headwind again. And it's holding that angle, hits the ground and then settles about 1 to 2 meters from where it lands. The soft Neutron, still a bit more stability there. You can see it pulls a bit more to the left. Moving out to 80 meters now, and you can still see giving these a good throw and good reliable hyzer. Seasoned disc here that flips up a little bit and rides a bit longer, gives it a bit more glide. And the soft Neutron again, this one's still got a lot of its stability and a bit of a right to left wind pulls it out to the left side. Moving to Anheuser now, 60 meters from the target. Again, holds that Anheuser angle nicely, rides in towards where you're throwing it. The new ones, very reliable. Hold that Annie. Season one, that one was thrown a little bit high, comes down, it flops onto the ground. And the seasoned soft Neutron, still got that stability. You can throw it on the Annie and then it will fade back and settle very, very nicely. Out at 80 meters now, giving these a good pull as well. You can see they hold that Anheuser angle, very reliable, a little bit of headwind, they're not flippy, they're behaving nicely, riding into the target. So you can see, and as they hit the ground, they just settle and stop pretty much straight away. So as you've seen, the sweet spot for the Envy driving is in that 40 to 60 meter range. It just holds that nice straight line and then settles down nicely next to the target at the end. I find the Envy so dependable, so reliable. It's probably the most thrown disc. Even if I disregard the fact that I use it as a putter, the soft Neutron would probably be the most regularly used disc in my bag for those driving off the tee, for the short holes, and also for the upshots in that 30 to 60 meter range. So as I mentioned, I also switched to the Envy as a putter, and it does need a little bit of beating in to become a putting putter. But once it does, gets a nice line, handles the headwinds nicely so it doesn't go flipping over in a headwind putt, and it's a good reliable putting putter. I also like the fact that it doesn't have too much glide. Glidey putters, you know, if you miss the target, they can sometimes shoot way past, but the Envy is nice in that if you miss the basket, it's going to settle close to the target. So final words. Is the Envy a fantastic disc? Well, for me, it definitely is. I love the Envy. Got 6 of them now that I carry, not all at the same time, but I'm using them for putting around the basket and also for those upshots and driving up to 60 meters. If you can get your hands on one, I'd highly recommend trying one out. They are a great disc. A lot of people call them a shorter buzz. And there's a reason why this is MVP's highest selling disc, and it comes in 9 different flavors of plastic. So I'd recommend probably grabbing the Neutron Envy first and trying it out as a driving putter. And if you like it, give it a go on the green as well. So thanks for watching. I hope you liked the review. And just a reminder, there's still time to enter our Oz Discs $20 voucher giveaway, which will be drawn in a couple of weeks' time. So to enter the draw, make sure you subscribe to the channel and put a comment in the comments below. Also, let me know what you think of the video. Give me a thumbs up if you liked it, or a thumbs down if you think I need to do better. And let me know in the comments down below if you agree and think that the Envy is the greatest putter of all time, or am I just talking out of my butt? So I hope you enjoyed the video, and we'll catch you on the next one.